As part of our 12 Days of Giving, I asked everyone here at Look Media to select a cause that they feel close to, and we would help raise awareness for that. Well, believe it or not, it's my turn, and it's the veterans. I've always felt that we need to constantly recognize the sacrifice and dedication that the men and women provide in protecting our freedoms. And when veterans come home, a lot of times they're lost. Emotionally, they can't quite adjust. And so my cause is Vet Help. And the interview you're about to see is with Cheryl Hage-Perez, who is the Executive Director of Vet Help. Welcome back, everyone. Well, let's face it. We all have our favorite causes and we all have our favorite people. Today's interview is 2 for 2 because it's Vet Help, and the Executive Director, Cheryl Hage-Perez, is joining us again. So welcome back.
Thank you so much. I always love coming here.
We love having you.
Thank you.
A little festive, I might
It's
note,
Christmas.
for the holidays.
It's Christmas.
Cheryl, we've got a lot to go through here, so I'm going to jump in.
Okay.
Everyone knows about Vet Help. Some people may not know the extent of what Vet Help does. So just tell me a bit about it.
Vet Help provides transitional and supportive housing for homeless veterans and their families. In addition, we provide services and support to veterans who are already living in the community to avoid a homeless situation.
Got you. One question that, I've been asked, and I'm sure you're asked all the time, why would a veteran be homeless?
That's a very good question, and there's many answers. The first situation is when they leave the military, the jobs and careers that they had in the military don't transfer to community civilian life.
Right.
So they come out with no other skills, no other training, and the job market isn't that great. So that leads to homeless situations. For many, oftentimes, they had a role in the family, and since they were gone, their roles have been taken over by other family members.
Right.
The wife does more, the kids do more. They come back expecting to fit back in, and they don't know what their role is. It often times breaks up the family and causes a homeless situation.
Right. I care very much about this cause, personally. And
that I know.
And I even go deeper sometimes. I think to myself, what you just listed are things that in an objective world you would sort of deal with. But the emotional stress of having been overseas, tour of duty, the relationships that are built when you're in the military are different than the relationships that you had as a civilian. And the point that you make especially about, you come back and you question your role in your family. Think about the extent of something like that emotionally.
Exactly. And even for veterans who haven't served overseas.
Yes, true.
But the time away from your family, in the military, they tell you when to get up, when to go to bed, what you're going to wear, where to eat, what you're going to eat, and you have very little choices to make. And then you come out and there's no structure, and you go to your family who have created a new pattern for themselves. What do you do?
Right. And the other thing that comes to my mind is that the things that we take for granted, all of a sudden you're with a blank canvas again.
Totally blank.
And in many ways you're starting from scratch again. Now, Vet Help, by the way, has 3 homes and a number of apartments, right? The homes are located in Ballston Spa, and there are 3 for 3 very specific reasons.
We have 1 home for homeless male veterans.
Right.
We have 1 home for homeless female veterans. Those are transitional homes where we offer the support services and the structure to help them develop the life skills they need to get back to a productive life in their community.
Right.
Then we have a home for families, disabled families,
Right.
disabled veterans and their families in Ballston Spa. And we've helped reunify those families and offer support services to help keep them together.
Got you. Now, the apartments are located in Wilton,
In the
however.
town of Wilton,
Right.
yes. And there's 12 units right now. It's considered permanent housing, and it's either for a homeless veteran or a homeless veteran with a family.
Got you. Now, let's go one layer deeper. Say someone is in their home, but they might lose their electricity. They can't pay their rent, something like that. You can actually step in and help them
Yes.
at that stage before they're homeless.
Yes, we do everything we can to prevent a homeless situation for our veterans. And oftentimes, they get laid off. They lose their job. Their car breaks down. They can't get to work.
Right.
That's where our support service for veterans and families kicks in. We do advocacy with landlords, with National Grid. We also can provide temporary financial support to help them through the trying times. So we can provide child care so a parent can get to work. All to just help them establish a sound base to keep them, prevent a homeless situation.
You know, I've got plenty of stories. Cheryl and I have talked. You know, she says that she'll go into the transitional house and they'll be cooking and they're not cooking it correctly, and she grabs a spoon and says, "This is the way this is done." But there was something in that story that you told me that really stuck in my mind, was the family that said they actually wanted to go to the transitional home and cook for them. And the vet's response to someone going out of their way to just want to break bread with them and sit at the table.
They were shocked.
Yeah.
It validated them so much. They just kept saying to me over and over, they actually sat at the table and broke bread with us and had dinner conversation. That to them meant so much. That little gesture, that was, I want to say, Lorraine made such an impact on the veterans that they'll never forget it. Just that validation. I am a person. People do care.
Wow. You know, think about that. Every night we're having dinner, we're sitting at the table. Things we take for granted. Here the military overseas protecting us, protecting our freedom, and when they come home again, they're grateful because someone cooked a meal for them.
And sat down and ate.
I don't think there's a more telling story than that.
That one
now,
really moved me.
it's holiday time, so we want to do a couple of things. What do you need?
Our goal is to give each veteran the opportunity to participate in the holiday Christmas season. And how we hope to do that is by giving them the financial resources so they can
Purchase
give
gifts?
as well as receive.
Yes, got it. Right.
And it's many of them don't want to go to friends and families because they don't have anything to give and they don't have the resources. So what we've been trying to do is, through getting donations of gift cards or cash, we will take them shopping, we will get them gift cards, we will help them with whatever they need so that they can fully feel that they are participating in the holiday season. Again, something we all take for granted that they're not able to do.
Sure. So just want to cycle back on that. Cash donations, gift card donations. The phone number has been appearing on the screen, and you can call Vet Help. They're right down there in Ballston Spa, right on Route 50, right?
Right on Route 50.
Got it, okay.
There's the phone number. We also have a website.
Yes.
And you can go to the Vet Help website, and there's a PayPal on there. You can donate through PayPal. You can mail in checks. Call, and we will help you help us.
Well, you want to know something? It's so little for the people that give so much.
Absolutely.
I always think that about the vets, and I know you do
absolutely.
too.
They have sacrificed so much. Whether they served in our country, they were ready to go.
That's right.
They would have gone in an instant to keep us safe. And they've gave up a large part of their life for me and you. How can we not say thank you?
Well, they're also very lucky that you're the executive director of
Well,
Vet Help.
thank
I'll
you.
tell you. Think about that too.
Thank
so,
you.
Cheryl, happy holidays to you.
Happy
Okay?
holidays, Jesse.
And thank you so much for coming in.
And thank you so much for having me. You
You're-
know it's always a pleasure.
You're welcome. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.